We are actually doing making our own self-design badges to sell. By earning the money so that we can contribute.
The one I bought, right?
Is it a religious organization too?
No, it's actually
Generic. Generic is a no.
no, it's actually a group of us who came together to work with it after we've been there last year.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Now we have an organization called First Hand. Then this is an organization that cares for the HIV people.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is I visit people who have AIDS, and we all try to help them financially, socially. We actually buy food for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if they need money, we'll try to raise funds for them, and that's what we are trying to do now. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's interesting. At this point, I just want to highlight, sometimes it's not to give the fish, it's to teach them how to fish. Yeah. So at this point, maybe this is a different situation. But do bear this in mind. It's not. It won't last if you just give them fish all the time. And at the end of the day, they just open their mouth, and that's not the point. To work with them, that's what I mean when I say contribute. If you have the desire, like what Jay was saying earlier, you have the passion and you think that this is the way and you're comfortable with it, and of course, having said that, like our semi-retired, and go for it. Believe in it and you just do what, but of course within your means, but however, to sustain is another issue, which requires, like what he already listed, planning. There are planning, and like what you did for Laos, which is great. Okay, so right now, NTU do not, I have no idea about NTU, whether we have a social enterprise here, all right? With that money, I think it's thrown to everyone. Start one with NTU. Two is to work within the group, come up with one idea, use that money to use it as a seed fund, make that idea come true, all right? But of course, the main focus, or rather the mission, is to work with the cottage industries, all right? 3, take Jay's to oral care, revamp it, do something about it, which is just another suggestion, all right? And then the rest is like, well, back to just a donation. The reason why, if we create something on our own, then we can actually follow up. Donation is just given, maybe case closed, So if you believe in something that you want to do, start planting the seed now. If you can, pull everybody together. In this case, like Sira Home is a company that I work very closely with. It's a leprosy home, all right. Why do I bring this up? So maybe you can relate. The Good Morning Tower that, I don't know, have you seen it before? I didn't even bring a sample. And it's actually made by them. They are like hats, mittens, and all this. You know what Good Morning Towers is, right? So this is like, for example, one selling product that is ongoing. It's selling at the museum shop. The other projects that we have done, this is actually a project in Noise Singapore. Alright. Apparently, Johnny has appointed Homespun, that's myself, to be the mentor for these two ladies. Alright, to work on recycled product, and it's very interesting. It's a very good project. It's quite popular because number one, 0 cost. These are all recycled banners. Okay, and it's actually reversible. Before that, they can paint like 谢谢光临, thank you for shopping, is your typical or the fish kind of design. And then when you reverse it, this is what you get. And after doing this, all the banners we sourced, they're all free, all right? But we had to buy this trimming, and it was all sewn by the ladies of the lower bracket income group at Henderson CC. So they sold them, and we actually sold about we sold about 400 pieces, but part of it was sold at this event, and the rest were at Mad Sunday, and that was a interesting project, all right. Then the second one is actually JIP. JIP is Jumpstart Incubator. These are the women who sold these bags. And they were taught three main things: craft, finance, all right, and then self-confidence. All right, so Homespun was in charge with the craft. And what they benefited is by using the craft, all right, and of course with the knowledge from the finance courses, they learn how to make their own, and they sell it during bazaars. These are the cottage industry people. How did it come about? It was a personal experience that I actually worked with the Cambodians through Girls Brigade for about nearly 2 years. And then this is it. I made up my mind that social, again the word social enterprise, so it's easier to relate. Cottage industry is what I would really want to do because it makes a lot of sense. Why do I say that? Because there are a lot of product out there. They're all from the factories, all right? There are a lot of craftsmen, I'm sure you know Laos, they are so good with their craft, but they have no design ideas at all. So what Homespun would do is to marry the designers and the craftsmen. That's it. And then you come up with more fun product. Good Morning Tower is one good example. The other product is actually, we use old brands, the old and the new made. So that's what we do. We always have the cottage industry in mind. People that we work with, like I mentioned, Leprosy Homes. Of course, you have Tiong Bahru Befrienders, which is actually the Samsui women. All right, you have your Tang Tok Seng women, a group of women, and you have the Halfway House. So you base on what their capabilities, and you just create a design, a product to suit their capabilities. Like I mentioned earlier, you have to observe what the cottage industry is good at. If they are good at making beads, for example, then naturally it would be a more fashion thing, like pouch bags and so forth. But if they are good at foldings, maybe a bit of origami, kind of stuff. So it depends on the capabilities. For example, again, Sira Home, they are not good at doing something small because they have no fingers. I mean, not all of them, but most of them. So anything that is detail work is not good, So it's not like, oh, I feel like designing this and I just go ahead and do it. It's the reverse, like a professional designer. You walk into the cottage industry, or rather the organization, you look at them, what their capabilities, and you enhance it. That's how, you design accordingly, So that's the challenging part, If you can contribute, that would be fabulous. And using their crafts to do that twist, that would be very good.
I would like to just encourage everybody here to consider what Katherine is doing. And maybe after this lecture, if you're interested to know more about what Katherine is doing, or rather work with her, please approach her, because she's currently, or rather she's always looking for designer, people in the creative industry who are interested to contribute, and who she can marry with the cottage industry. I highly encourage this even at this stage of your life, because it does enrich your life more than what you're just merely studying and worrying about what kind of job that you're going to get into. This is potentially an alternative for you. You could very well try to go into this industry where you contribute your creative ideas, but you work for a social cause directly. Or you could work with people like Jay, who has a business, but that has a strong social responsibility angle to it. But at the end, like what Jay said, is for profit. But at the same time, it's more than profit, right? So you could work with that as well. So tonight is really to present you two additional options, apart from going out and look for a design job, or to become a filmmaker, or to become a photographer. You can do that, but these are options, and this could draw out your creativities as well.